Welcome to another episode of TorchLight Sports. I'm Jake Albright. Well, the TorchLight Sports team is here in the studio to talk about how the Vols are going to match up during March Madness.
Thanks, Jake. I'm Elena Emery, sports director here with my sports team, and today we're diving right into March Madness. So guys, what do you think?
Well, the Vols certainly have some impressive wins on their resume. As you know, we won against Kentucky and Kansas State back at home. And they've also played some top-ranked opponents very closely, so they have that going for them.
I think that the Vols really came out strong, especially since they were predicted to go 13 out of 14 SEC teams, and now they're ranked 7th. So I think that's like a really big improvement from what people expected them to do this season.
So do you think that they have a good shot of making it into the tournament, or?
Well, it's kind of a tough road. They need to win 3 of their next 4 games in order to have a realistic shot of making the tournament. They need to, of course, win against Vanderbilt, South Carolina, LSU, Alabama, 3 of those 4. I for one think they can win against Vanderbilt, LSU, and Alabama. South Carolina isn't looking as likely, but there's definitely 3 wins they can get from that list.
Why do you think South Carolina might be kind of shaky?
Well, South Carolina is just a very well-balanced team overall. And the Vols, of course, they're undersized, and that's one of the reasons why they've been having so much trouble this season, is because they don't have a solid big man. South Carolina has all the pieces in place in order to be, a solid tournament team. Tennessee has to play much bigger than they actually are in order to compete against these guys.
Yeah, definitely. What about y'all? What do y'all
I think they have a really good shot of qualifying for the NCAA tournament. I think they know kind of like what they have to get done, and like they have a lot more momentum since they are ranked higher than they were expected. And so I think that they're really going to go into those next 4 games like with a lot of adrenaline and just wanting to qualify for that since they're just so close.
Who do you think key players are moving forward and like looking forward to the NCAA tournament and March Madness?
I've had my eye on Jordan Bone. He's had those 20 assists. He had the 3 turnovers, and that was all in the past 4 home games, so that's pretty impressive. I also think Robert Hubbs and Admiral Schofield, actually, so I've been just kind of watching out for them. Got a lot of momentum, a lot of energy. I think they have a great group dynamic, and they can really do a lot in these next games.
Yeah, I think that Jordan coming in as a freshman was a really big deal. I mean, he came off the bench the season opener against Chattanooga and scored 21 points, and he's one of the top 6 Vols to have done that. So I think that he's a great addition along with the 2 that she said. I think that senior Robert Hubbs is doing so well in leading the team. He was named SEC Player of the Week after beating Kentucky. I think that just shows like how dedicated he is to his team, especially to push through like in a win like Kentucky.
Yeah. What about you?
Yeah, and a good thing about Jordan is that last time we played Vanderbilt, he actually scored well over 20 points. So we're definitely going to need a performance like that from him in order to beat Vanderbilt.
For sure.
Tonight's a big night against Vanderbilt. Yeah. It's the first of the 4 games that they need to win out. So what are you looking forward to see in tonight's game?
Well, what I hope to see from the Vols at least is they need to control the inside because, like I said before, they're undersized and Vanderbilt's a pretty good sized team. So they need to control the inside in order to get rebounds and they also need to take care of the basketball as well. If you don't take care of the basketball, that leads to turnovers, and to turnovers that could lead to points that the other team scores on you. So they really need to take care of the basketball similarly to how they played last time in Nashville. And thirdly, they need to show consistency within those 2. The Vols need to play both the first and second quarter just consistent all across the board. They can't slow down in the second half. They need to play consistent all around.
Definitely. What about y'all?
I think they're just going to need to go into this game with composure. Mm-hmm. They beat them 87-75 at Vanderbilt, so you can't go in too confident or cocky, just assuming that you're going to win. So I think just staying calm, knowing that this is a big win for them if they can pull it off. So I think just keeping their composure and then just getting the ball to the basket.
Definitely.
I agree. I agree with what you said about the size. We don't have the size to match up to other teams, but we do have the energy, and we've shown in the past if we bring that energy, that focus, that motivation, we really can pull through. And like you said, we can't expect to win, but if we bring what we brought to them last time, we definitely could.
Yeah, definitely. I think in their press conference they talked about how they know that they have to push forward going very strong and be a very strong team, be a unit. They really emphasized that in their press conference, so I think it'll be interesting to see what they do tonight. So speaking of tonight, do y'all have any, like a pick'em, Vanderbilt, UT, who would you choose?
It's honestly tough to say, from a neutral point of view. Of course, as Vols fans, we have to go all in for the Vols. But the last time they played, they matched up very evenly. So that's why the Vols just need to really play consistent, play first quarter, second quarter, just all around. Need to go at it 100%.
Yeah. What about y'all? Any predictions?
I'm going to go with the Vols. I think that they're going to go into this strong and knowing they beat them last time, knowing what the team's strengths and weaknesses are. So I think that they're going to have a good shot of pulling this one out.
I'll have to give it to both teams. I think both really have equal opportunities, but I'm going to go with the Vols too, since I'm just a diehard.
Yeah. I'm hoping the Vols will pull one out. Okay, let's transition to the women's now. Just talk a little bit about the women's team and how they're looking going into the tournament.
Yeah, well, we've always had a good Lady Vols team, and so they are ranked 6th in the SEC right now with a 17-10 overall record, and then 8-6 in the SEC. So I think that they're really I don't know, compared to past seasons, I think that they're just doing mediocre. They could be doing better, but I think that they're definitely finding all kind of finding their place on the team, hopefully in time to qualify for the NCAA tournament.
So it is a little bit of a down year for the Lady Vols, but they have they have a big win against Notre Dame this year. I believe that's the first time they won against Notre Dame since 2008, something like that. I don't think Pat Summitt even beat them, but as the Lady Vols are kind of underachieving this season, but that does not mean like the postseason still isn't in play. The Lady Vols still have a very good shot of making the postseason, the women's NCAA tournament.
Definitely. Who are your key players coming from the women's team?
I'm going to go with Alexa Middleton as my key player. She's been a strong player since her freshman year, and her team just kind of knows her strengths, kind of knows how to work around her. She's averaging about 10 points a game, which is really strong. So I think that she's really good offensive-wise and just leading the team as like a strong person for them to look up to.
I think my key player would be Courtney Dunbar. She definitely has been consistent over the years. She is a good leader on the team. She's just shown a lot of energy throughout every single game, and I think her team looks up to her, and they can all play off that.
What about you?
I have to go with Alexa as well. Going off of what she just said, she's a very well-balanced player. She puts in great effort on both the offensive and defensive sides of the floor. She's just an impact player whenever she appears on the court.
Yeah, I think mine would be Diamond Shields. I think she just emerges as the natural leader on the team, and she is very consistent, and the team really looks up to her to lead them to the win. So that would be mine. So we're going to move away from basketball for a minute, and we're going to talk about a little bit of baseball.
Well, the baseball certainly have a pretty good season, I think, coming up for them. Of course, last season they didn't in doing so well. They had a losing record in SEC play, but this season they have another top 20 recruiting class coming in, and going off their most recent game against Memphis, they won 10-0. And Memphis was a pretty similar team to how the Vols were last year, so that's a very good sign. And they also have, in addition to a very talented recruiting class, they also have very good veteran leadership, a bunch of fifth-year seniors. I think the Vols in baseball play to be excited about.
Good. So it looks like kind of a promising season then. Hopefully,
Yes.
a good start. A good start.
Sure.
So that's it for Torchlight Sports. I'm Elena Emery here with Mary O'Neill, Nicole Painter, and Caleb Smith, shedding light on UT News.
All right, thanks guys. I am extremely excited to see how our Vols are going to do in the coming months. Well, thank you for joining us for Torchlight Sports, and make sure to stay up to date on all your UT news by following us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at Torchlight UTK. And catch us every Tuesday morning on WUTK 90.3 The Rock. Shining light on UT News, I'm Jake Albright.